but you're sitting there at the door with a little do not enter sign. Oh, you're black, do not enter. Oh, you're Asian, do not enter. You're Latino, do not enter. Oh, you're femme, do not enter. Oh, you're trans, do not enter.
So if you're gonna be in this community and you just love the rainbow when it's only one color, what are you doing, sweetie?
Right. It's not even a rainbow at that point.
It's not. It's just
It's a
color.
stripe. It's a stripe of one color.
So it's really heartbreaking to see this, especially in our community.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Disrespectfully the Gworlz. Today we're going to be tackling a conversation that hits way too close to home in the LGBTQ community, or as we like to call it, the Libiquita community. Today we're going to be talking about preference versus prejudice. Are your types truly just harmless attraction? Or are they rooted in bias, exclusion, and the same systems that we're out here fighting against? We're going to unpack the tea, the shade, and the truths that nobody wants to admit or talk about. So buckle up, let's get into it. And remember, sometimes, bitch, you just gotta be disrespectful. And we are live. Hey everybody, it is your two favorite punks and sissies on planet Earth. I promise you, we still have absolutely no idea what we're doing. We are actually very shocked and gagged, as some may say, that you guys have not kicked us off of whatever platform it is that you may be listening to us on. Because just in case you didn't know, this isn't the only platform. We're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, and we are on Apple Podcasts. Now, I am your hostess with the Moses, some may say. My name is Destin. It is not Dustin. Dustin is my twin brother. If y'all keep calling me Dustin, he's going to get pissy. Stop doing that. I don't want to deal with him. Now, everybody, as always, I am here with the most marvelous co-host on planet Earth, with the trippiest co-host on planet Earth, and as some may say, the drippiest co-host on planet Earth. Co-host, please introduce yourself to the people.
Hey y'all, it's BB, and the BB don't stand for baby backs. I am not a rib, but I'm definitely saucy.
Oh, okay, saucy, come through. Drip, drip. Diamonds on my neck like drip, drip.
Hey.
Or whatever Cardi B said, girl, I don't know the whole song. I just know she said drip, drip.
She did.
Drip,
she
drip.
Did.
She did, girl. She did. I'm telling you, she did.
She really did.
Came through drip, drip, BB. Always dripping, always tripping,
Yes,
and always tripping out.
I'm surprised that they didn't kick us off the Beyonce's internet yet.
Girl,
we still in this piece.
Girl, they didn't do it yet, but just give it one more week. You know, girl, I don't know what the things we got coming up to talk about all these weeks, all these episodes, girl. It's any day now, okay? So whatever. They will. So whatever's happening, whatever we're feeling, whatever positivity and whatever support we are feeling, girl, enjoy it, because they may kick us off next week after they hear this episode. Jeez, Louise. Now, let me just go ahead and give y'all a very, just a brief little overview of what we're going to be talking about this week. Now, some of y'all not going to like this. The topic, it's a little messy, but it's not just messy. It is 100% necessary. Baby, we are talking about preferences versus prejudice. BB, did you hear me? I said we're talking about preferences versus prejudice. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're going there, and we're going to do it, and we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Oh, we're going to talk about it, because let me tell you something. Some people out here, BB, they take their prejudice and they dress it up in a cute little outfit, and they say, we're going to call that taste, baby. Some things need to be addressed. Some things need to be talked about.
And they need to be brought to the light. And we're going to
They do. Because you know what? Two bitches got lights now in audio. They can't tell us nothing. You're going to see us, you're going to hear us, and you're going to see and hear whatever it is we talking about. You might not like it, but you damn sure going to hear us.
And we're going to do it disrespectfully.
Oh, we're going to always do it disrespectfully. Because guess what? The topics we talk about on this show, we don't have room to be respectful. We don't have room to be cute and nice. That's not why we started this. We started this show to talk about important topics that people deal with day in and day out. Real people's lives are affected by the things we discuss. There's no reason to be respectful about it, because the reason we're talking about it is because someone is going through disrespect dealing with the issues. Now, let me go ahead and breathe and just calm down for a second with the people. Y'all, we've come to my favorite segment of the show. And that segment is called, Hey, Yo, Miley, What's Good? So we acknowledge that the topics we discuss every week, the things that we're going to get into, they're pretty deep. They're pretty heavy. We're going to be stepping on people's toes. There are things that we're going to have to look within ourselves even and do some self-analysis and a little self-audit. And some of these things are just heavy. Some of these things are just hard personally for us to talk about, especially if we have some kind of personal relation to the matter. And so we like to just start every single episode with positivity, with happiness, and trying to focus on something good that has happened to us during the week. It can be something big or small, but my God, with the way things are going in this country, with the way things are just going economically and financially for so many people, we want to make sure that we keep that little sliver of hope, that little sliver of happiness at the very beginning, and keep our eyes on that. So I'm going to go ahead and start off by saying, hey, yo, BB, what's good?
So what's good this week is we reached over 1,000 likes on TikTok. That's what's good for me this week. So you mean to tell me 2 sissies from Louisiana is taking over Beyonce's internet and getting over 1,000 likes on TikTok? Oh, they must like us.
They must like us, girl.
And the love and support that we've received so far has been nothing but great, honestly. At the beginning of this, we wasn't sure where it was going, but we have kept the momentum and we kept at it, and we're going to continue to give the world what we got. So I'm super excited. I thank everyone who has been supporting so far, but we got our foot on their necks at this point.
Oh, baby, BB, our foot is on these bitches' necks. And I want you to know, not only is our foot on your necks, but I want you to imagine our foot on your neck, and that foot is wearing a stiletto heel, girl.
Yeah.
And it's not the front part, it's the heel part that's on their neck. One more slight amount of pressure applied, and bitch, we may puncture through. We may just start hearing that don't got nothing to do with us.
Right.
You shouldn't have put your foot under. You shouldn't have put your neck under our foot.
That's right.
If you're in the way, get out the way. What we say? No blinker. Beep beep. Push through, ho. Push through, ho. We are not here to play with y'all. But like BB said, we are so very appreciative. 1,000 people. Now, BB, you might recall, we didn't even record our first video, first nothing. It has been less than 2 weeks.
It has. It definitely has. It has been about 12, maybe 12 days.
Yeah, I think maybe like 12 days, 13 at the most. Like it's less than 2 weeks. 1,000 freaking people have liked our videos on just TikTok.
Yes.
My goodness.
And I just want to shout out one of our followers, Terry. He has been liking every single one of our videos on TikTok. That's love right there. So shout out to Terry. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support.
Absolutely, Terry. We thank you. We love you. And I promise you, we appreciate it more than you know. Y'all have heard us say, I promise you, we see it. I promise you, we feel it. All the support, we do. This is not a joke. We see it. We check every single comment. We check every single follow. We check every single like, because we want to hear from y'all. We want to know if this is working. We want to know if we're discussing things that you want to hear about and all these things. So, and not to mention, it just gives us nothing but motivation to just keep going. So
It does.
we love you guys so much. BB, I think the people done heard enough about you.
Ayo, Destin, what's good?
What's good?
Yeah,
Let me tell you what's good. This is gonna be real light this week. But sometimes it's those little things that get you through. And I'm gonna talk about it. Okay. What's good with me, BB, is let me tell you something. There is this coffee place. I say they're taking over the world because every time I go to somewhere, they're popping up everywhere. And the coffee place is called 7 Brew. Now, I don't do Starbucks, girl. Starbucks been on my list for a minute. I done been boycotted them. Expensive ass coffees anyway. Listen, I done boycotted them. Okay. 7 Brew, girl, that coffee is good. It's cheaper than Starbucks. And this is not a plug. This video has not been sponsored by 7 Brew. I'm just giving my personal experience. Girl, I went to 7 Brew the other day. I was out. You know, first of all, let's talk about that. Every time I leave the house, I think I got to go stop and get a 7 Brew coffee. Every single time. Every time. It's like I feel entitled to my iced coffee. And so let me just tell y'all though, I rode up to that 7 Brew. This little nice, polite worker came up. Oh my God, welcome to 7 Brew. What can I get for you? And I placed my order as normal, thinking no big deal. Girl, she looked at me and said, do you know that you have enough points for a free coffee? I said, excuse me? For the free 99? No 5-finger discount needed. I don't got to smack you and punch you down on the ground and then run off with the coffee or nothing. You just going to give it to me for free. Now, as much as I love free stuff, brother, BB, girl, bitch, the details you find out about 7 Brew when you are eligible for your free coffee, I discovered it can be any size, any drink from the menu, any size, any additions, any toppings, anything. A large? Oh, he got money. See, you gonna walk around with a large, they're gonna think you got money like, oh girl. Okay. A large? I said, oh yes, ma'am, I'm taking advantage. She said, would you like to make that a large? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that just made me so happy because let me tell you something. I don't care if it's $5. When I go out and I'm expecting to have to spend money and it turns into a free item, I'm gonna start speaking in tongues.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is just so exciting because I love pinching my little pennies. So that is just so exciting for me. So I'm just gonna say that is what is good with me this week is that I not only got my iced coffee, bitch, I got a free iced coffee and it was a large.
Yes, we love that. We love
Have you
that. Now,
I'm gonna say one thing. Sorry, 7 Brew. No real hate to you girlies. Y'all, the workers there are a delight. I'm gonna keep it real. They are a delight. But gosh, you know, you drive up and I would say it's kind of an introvert's nightmare. Because they come up and they're just like having this conversation full of charisma, full of enthusiasm. And I'm like, girl, it's 5:30 in the morning. Okay, no offense. Sometimes, and look, there are times that y'all see me like this, right? Oftentimes I do feed off people's, charisma and energy, and I love it. And I love the positivity. I swear I do. But girl, sometimes if it's 5:30 in the morning, I just want to roll through and get a coffee and say, can I please get a medium iced blondie, sugar-free, with sugar-free hazelnut and oat milk in a soft voice like this, BB. And I would just love for them to go, absolutely. Here's your total. And then I go, thank you, and drive off. Girl, it's 5:45 in the morning. Why am I here? Hey, what kind of plans you got for the day? Girl. And I know that that's their job, right? That's probably their business model. But I think that they should implement times. I think they should say from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m., keep it cute, keep it mute. Keep it cute, keep it mute. real simple, real soft spoken.
Yeah.
You can ask me what I'm doing today, but just keep it cute.
The charisma comes midday.
After 10 a.m., then you can attack people with the love, girl. Just too much. It's too much for me. But I still love them. I still love their coffee. I don't think they've ever once made my coffee wrong, and I go there pretty frequently. And so yeah, the free coffee girl, it did it for me. It did it for me.
Shout out to Seven Brew.
Shout out for real. Now, BB, as you may know, as people in the crowd may know from listening to me talk and jumping all over the damn place, a bitch got ADD. Now, something that comes with people who have ADD, they are known for getting heavily obsessed with things. And so this segment of the show is called Weekly Obsessions. Yes, Weekly Obsessions. Yes. It's the Weekly Obsessions. BB, I like this segment because I like for the people to hear things about us. So by us telling people what we were obsessed with since they last heard from us, they get to figure out things about us that they would never probably typically get to know. And so, BB, I want to know, what have you been obsessed with since the people last heard from you?
So since the people last heard from me, I've been obsessed with plants. Slowly.
Now, let me go ahead and stop you. And I'm sorry for interrupting. That's also a trait of people with ADD. When you say plants, brother, are you talking about like plants, quote unquote?
No, I'm talking about plants that you grow.
That is a plant that can be grown as well.
I'm talking about plants that, like flower plants.
Oh, those are flowers too, but we understand what you're saying, girl. He's talking about regular plants, y'all. I'm sorry, I was getting
Just
excited for a
regular
second. I was getting excited for a second. All right, take it away, brother. Take it away.
Regular plants. So quickly I've learned that I am becoming a plant daddy. So it started out so like what I do for work involves regular plants. And I was like, you know what? Since it's my job, I'm like, you know what? Let me get one plant. And I'm gonna just pay attention to it, watch it grow, groom it, rotate it, do the whole 9 yards. But one plant turned into over 14 plants at this point. So my balcony is full of plants. So I've definitely been obsessed with plants lately, and I'm a plant daddy, y'all.
You know, BB, I don't know if that's considered a plant daddy at this point or a plant zaddy. Are you a plant daddy or a plant zaddy?
At this point, probably zaddy, because that one became 14 real quick.
Look, he went from I have a plant on my balcony to my balcony is now an oasis.
Yeah, it's an oasis, and I plan to get more.
Might as well not stop now. Yeah. Look, what DJ? Another one. Another one. Damn, the people at Home Depot gonna be like, he coming in here for another plant. I want another one.
Yes,
another one.
Give me about 14.
May I have some more? May I have some more? He's talking about plants. Girl, I love that for you though. So do you like go and sit out on your balcony and just like looking at them? Do you talk to your plants? Do you like, how have you been learning about the maintenance of them? Like, give us the deets.
So I definitely talk to them like they're a human being.
If you too are talking to plants, please reach out and get assistance from whatever therapist is in your area. I am not sure if that's normal. BB, I don't want to shame you, but we will look into that together after the episode's filmed, okay?
No, it's normal. They're living. So
okay.
If you can talk to humans, you can talk to the plants.
Oh, they are living. That's a good point to make.
Yes. So they're not inanimate objects. They are living. So I talk to them and I give them oxygen and they give me carbon dioxide and we go hand in hand like a married couple. But I do. And then I've learned that it's very peaceful. I sit out on my balcony and just look at them and take care of them weekly and just the whole 9 yards. And I love every minute of it.
I love it. I feel like it has to be just peaceful sitting out there.
And like for those that like know me, like when I tell them that, they're like, huh? Plants. But I've learned to love plants. Simple.
You too can be a plant lover.
Yes.
If y'all want to learn how to take care of plants, please send in a message to disrespectfullythegirls@gmail.com and BB might just give you some lessons. Now, he may charge you for it. That ain't my business. But hey, the option is there. BB, you want to know what I've been obsessed with this week?
Yeah, what you been obsessed with?
Girl, you know I'm a music lover.
Yes.
I tell people all the time, one day we'll do a studio tour for the people, for me in here. But I have a vinyl wall in my room with a bunch of different vinyl records of artists that I am obsessed with. I love music. I love making playlists. I spend hours making playlists for specific situations. I love sharing music with people, and I love almost like journaling, like just writing about a song and then, really thinking about how does this apply to me and what does the song mean to me? Because people need to realize, just like any other art form, music is art. And so the interpretation of that art is up to you. Now, the person who wrote the song, who's performing it, it may mean something to them. But in art, that doesn't really matter. And I mean, it has its place, but typically in art, the interpretation's up to the person perceiving it. And so I do want to talk about a song that I have been completely obsessed with this week, though. And the song is called Rust and Steel, and it's by Duran Jones and the Indications. And the song is about two people having to go separate ways because no matter how much they try, it's just never going to work. It's like rust and steel. Rust on top of steel will ruin steel. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to make rust and steel live together in harmony, right? And the song literally says, I think the chorus says something like, broken hearts, right? We've hurt each other. Broken hearts, broke down wheels. We're not going anywhere. The wheels have been broken. Broken hearts, broke down wheels. Bitter love, rust, and steel. At this point, the two people have just become like rust and steel, and there's nothing you can do. Do you love each other? Yes. But sometimes it's just not going to work, and you can't really always make it work, right? And there's a phrase in the song that I love, and I say it all the time since I've heard it. And it says, parting is sorrow, but part we must. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back who may not have heard me, brother. Parting is sorrow, but part we must. Baby, going our separate ways is not what we wanted to do. Going our separate ways is really going to cause heartache on both of us. But at the end of the day, we have realized that we are nothing but rust and steel. And even though parting is sorrow, we still need to do it. Part we must. And that is just, I have been there before, you know what I'm saying? And so it really struck a chord with me. And to be honest with you, Duran's vocals on that song, first of all, the entire album, it's the Flowers album. So the album is called Flowers, and it just came out recently. And I am so beyond excited to go and see them when they come through New Orleans on their tour. And I mean, the whole album is just freaking phenomenal. But I feel like my favorite song on the album changes every day, essentially. But for right now, that's my favorite song on the album. And Duran's vocals, aside from the lyrics just being heavy, right? If you go listen to this, you can just hear the pain coming through the music. It sounds like he is crying through his singing, just almost wailing. And oh my God, I mean, it's just so good. It's just touching. The harmonies are good, the everything. So I don't know what else to say about it, because I'll do this whole episode about Rust and Steel if you don't stop me.
I was gonna
So
say, is there like a personal connection with the song, or
I would just say the connection is that I have been in that place before, where I've been in a relationship with someone where parting was sorrow, but part we must. Because like I said, parting doesn't mean you don't want to part. But if you're Rust and Steel, at some point we have to acknowledge that's just never going to work. And so
correct?
I'm gonna say it again. I know y'all sick of hearing it. If y'all playing a drinking game, just take a shot every time I say this phrase, and you would be drunk already at this part of the episode. But parting is sorrow, but part we must. My God, that is a word.
Yes.
And so that's just what I'm obsessed with this week. And so we love it, though. We love for you guys to hear
We
the things
do.
we're obsessed with and get into our lives more and more. So you can see we're not just two punks and sissies sitting behind the camera. I mean, we are, but there's some depth there. There's some things about us that you might want to know. Now, brother, we're getting into the interesting part of the show.
Yes.
To everyone who has never listened in or who doesn't know, or this may be your first time, this is the main segment of the show. And that segment is called, BB, what's it called?
Let's talk about it.
It's called Let's Talk About It. Now, whatever the topic is for the episode, whatever item we're going to be discussing, the actual overarching theme of this episode, this is where we discuss it. We're going into the weeds, very, very thick, or as they said on the thing, into the thick of it. Into the thick of it. Ugh. Girl, we are getting into the thick of it. We're not holding back. We're not here to be cute. We're not here to be respectful. There are things that we need to discuss. And today, as I said in the beginning, we are talking about preferences versus prejudices. Now, before we get kind of into the deep end and jumping off the diving board, BB, is there anything maybe like when you hear the word preference or you hear the word prejudice, as we go through this, let me backtrack. Here goes the ADD kicking in, everybody. We think it's important before we get into it to make sure we're all on the same page, that when we say certain words or key phrases that you know what we're talking about before you take things the wrong way or get offended just from a phrase we're saying, or we just want to make sure that we're leveling the playing field. We're all on the same page, because clear as kind in communication is our friend and partner. Clear as kind communication is our friend and partner. So we want to make sure that we set the ground rules. BB, when we say things like preference versus prejudice, what does that mean to you? What goes through your mind? And what are you referencing when we say those things, those two words?
So preference, when I think of preference, I think of people saying, oh, this is what I like. This is what I prefer. This is what. So it's basically like a personal inclination, basically about just I like what I like. This is my type. This is what I'm attracted to. That's what I think of when I think of preference. And prejudice.
Yeah. What do you hear? What about prejudice? Because I feel like people know, they know these words: preference, prejudice, and prejudice obviously sounds scary and bad. And so, what is prejudice to you?
So prejudice, just having an opinion on people based on stereotypes. That's what I think of when I think of prejudice, like a strong, almost like a hatred, to be honest.
Yeah.
Towards a maybe certain group of people or a certain lifestyle. That's what I think of when I think of prejudice.
Okay. Yeah. And I think I'm with you, because when we get into preferences, I think most people are familiar with saying that word, right? Well, I prefer XYZ over another thing, and I prefer this and I prefer that, and etc., 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 etc. And yeah, I think I definitely want to agree with you. I think you mentioned like a personal inclination. I like that phrase. Um, yeah, I think it's just that simple, right? Preference is I prefer item A over item B. That's preference. Prejudice, if we think about the word in and of itself, prejudice means to, it's really, I think of like prejudge. Prejudice is kind of like prejudge, like you're prejudging something. So before you even get to know something or someone, as you said, you're kind of passing that judgment on an entire group of people. It's often based in stereotypes, often based in biases or propaganda and things of that nature. Now, I think it's or you know what? Let's get into the relevance of this. Why are we even talking about this? Preference versus prejudice. Why would anyone give a rat's ass that we're sitting here talking about it? You ain't heard that since you moved to Missouri, have you? You ain't heard
Rat's
nobody say a rat's
ass.
ass since you moved to Missouri, bitch. Here in the South, we say, I don't give a rat's ass. People say it. Look it up. If you don't believe me, look it up. So why would anyone care? And I think it's important to note that I'm going to speak from my personal experience. I can't speak for everyone else. But I know that when I, threw myself into the dating scene, you see it on all these profiles. You see things like no fats, no femmes, no blacks, no Asians, no trans. Well, damn, at this point, it sounds like the only thing you want is a white, and I'm going to say, quote unquote, straight acting man.
Masculine, yeah.
And I want to be clear, that's within the LGBT community as well. The community who is supposed to be so accepting, the community who is supposed to be so loving and so, I don't know how we can say we're accepting and loving when we have things on our profiles that say no blacks, no fats, no femmes, no trans, no Asians. Now, I think you already know. BB, what are things that we typically hear if you were to ask someone, why do you have that on your profile? What do you mean you don't want any fats, femmes, blacks, like what? What's up with that?
I like what I like. That's just my type.
Yes, I like what I like. That's my preference. That's just my type. I can't help what I'm attracted to. That's just what I like. Yes, I only date white, straight acting men. And I say straight acting in quote unquotes, guys, because I don't really like that phrase, but I won't say it anymore this episode. I'll try not to say quote unquote, but I only like white, straight acting men. And they don't see anything wrong with that statement. I think it's important too that when we take things that people say, we realize that when you make a statement like that, you're also implying other things that come along with that. So I'll start off with something else that's relatable. When I hear people say, well, not all black people are bad. That's obviously a correct statement technically, but what you're implying is that most of them are bad. Well, not all black people are bad. You're implying that most of them are. So, it's whenever they say, well, I only, just like white, straight acting men. That's what I'm attracted to. That's my preference. It's like you're then implying that there is something wrong with anyone else who does not fit that little tiny, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the tiny little requirements that you have set for people. Am I crazy? Do you think that when someone says I only date I only date white people? In my mind, I'm hearing there is something wrong with all the other people who are not white.
Agree.
I don't date, I only date masculine people. That makes me think that there is something wrong in your mind with anyone who doesn't fit that mold. and we're gonna talk about it because I
Yes.
just don't. To me, it oozes hatred. To me, it oozes propaganda, and it just oozes, I don't know, not love, not the love and acceptance that we're supposed to have in this community. That's for damn sure.
Agreed.
You know, it seems like, how do I want to say? It's like we are walking around in our community, and we're supposed to be celebrating pride, and we're supposed to be celebrating acceptance and love and unity, but you're sitting there at the door with a little do not enter sign. Oh, you're black, do not enter. Oh, you're Asian, do not enter. You're Latino, do not enter. Oh, you're femme, do not enter. Oh, you're trans, do not enter. Etc., etc. All the things, whatever it is. And the problem with that is a lot of people that I've come across, right, who say those things, baby, it's not preference, because oftentimes you can tell, and if you listen to their conversations, you can hear that they're disgusted with people who do not fit the mold they're looking for. They think there's something wrong with trans women. They won't even call them women. They think there's something wrong with feminine men. They think there's something wrong with Asians, and they believe all the stereotypes, you know? And so this is important. People go into the dating scene every day and deal with this. And let me just say, if you have not dealt with it, that's a privilege. Now, hold up. I know a lot of y'all don't like that word, and we're going to do an episode about that. Y'all ain't going to like that one either. But it is a privilege to not have to deal with it. You want to know why I think that is, brother? Because society has already deemed that there is something wrong with people of color. Society has already deemed and portrayed through media, through propaganda, through stereotypes, and just the culture of since the, I don't know, inception of this country, that something is wrong with trans people, that something is wrong with people of color, that something is wrong with anyone who is not a straight white man. Let's just keep it real. I don't support it. I'm not fucking with it. And I'm going to say something every time I see it. You will be blocked. You will. You will be blocked.
And blocked. Gone.
Expeditiously.
Out of here. Out of here.
Look, as Bernie Mac said, immediately. Immediately.
Gone.
With his big old bug eyes. Immediately.
Gone.
R.I.P. Bernie Mac, girl.
R.I.P. Bernie
Even
Mac.
though he made fun of the
legend.
sissies. But I'm gonna just tell myself that he liked us. Because I ain't gonna lie, I laughed at the stand-up girl when he said, to get some milk and cookies.
Mm-hmm.
To get some milk and cookies. Because I ain't gonna lie, that shit's kind of funny.
Laugh down, but
I'm a sissy. I can laugh at that if I feel like it. If you laugh, you might need to start questioning why you think it's funny.
Right. Exactly.
And so so let's backtrack just a little bit. So we have set the reason that this is relevant. You go into the dating scene, this, that, and the third, it is everywhere. And I don't think, I can't speak for them. I'm not a hetero. I don't think the heteros are dealing with it as blatantly as we have to deal with it in our community. Because I feel like if a straight person goes on a dating app, they're not going to see things that say no blacks, no femmes, no whatever, right? But I feel like in our community, it is rampant.
It is.
And again, we're supposed to be the accepting ones.
Exactly.
And so I'm curious, I know I was rambling and I'm sorry, but I'm curious to know your experiences. Have you seen this on dating apps? Has anyone told you these things? I mean, just talk to me for a second about the relevance of this topic to you.
Yeah, it's definitely relevant to me, because you see it all over any dating profile you log into, like you said, a do not enter sign. And to be honest with you, I see it a lot, and I've definitely been affected with it. Especially like they want you to fit a certain image, to check a certain box.
Mm.
And I can't help who I am. I can't help my mannerisms. I can't help my skin color. I can't help the way I am. So that really made me feel a certain type of way, because honestly, on this road to like self-confidence and like
Mm.
self-image, it definitely damages it when you see that any room you enter, any like dating profile, any dating site that you go on, and you see these, no, and it's who you are. So it's like, basically, don't enter. And it's like, well, damn, like, what can I do? Like, who is, I don't feel the love. And
Mm.
especially it hits home when it's in the community. And it's like society says, basically tell them who you're attracted to.
Right.
And like they're removing themselves before you even meet the person. And it's like, well, damn, like, I can't help who I am. So it's really crazy. And for it to be in a community, in our community, which is supposed to be love and support. So if you're gonna be in this community and you just love the rainbow when it's only one color, what are you doing, sweetie?
Right. It's not even a rainbow at that point.
It's not. It's just
It's a
color.
stripe. It's a stripe of one color.
So it is, and it's really heartbreaking to see this, especially in our community.
Yeah.
And I've definitely felt victim to it several times, where it's just like you see no blacks, no feminines, no, they want a masculine presenting man in the community, where we talked about in the last episode about toxic masculinity, and that kind of goes hand in hand.
Of
To be honest
course.
with you,
Of
and
course.
and definitely coming, like, speaking like straight from the source, is definitely hurtful, and it's definitely just like, dang, like I thought our community was supposed to be full of love and acceptance, and basically you're basically, if they don't check your boxes, you're not giving them a chance even before you meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's definitely hurtful.
Yeah. I think, if I had to give 2 words that just describe how it makes me feel when I see those things, because I don't deal with it as much as you. Now, I see it, right? I'm not as affected as much as you, because I would say that we both have, in my mind, we're both giving butch queens, right? And for those who may not know, a butch queen is someone who may present quote unquote masculine with their appearance, but they also have like other feminine traits. So maybe the way we talk, the mannerisms with our hands. We're just us. Like we're not so worried about, that's not how a man walks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I do deal with that. And then also I do deal with, I'm a thicker guy, I'm a bigger guy. And so I have definitely, and people have outright told me, like not even just on their profile, I've literally heard people say, oh, you're cute, but I don't mess with big guys. Oh, okay. But you even just said I was cute, but all right. And baby, I got good hygiene, so it ain't nothing with that. Okay, so I don't. Now I'm gonna say this, if baby, first of all, I don't want nobody who don't want me. So if you don't like someone with a little switch in they walk, if you don't like a little punk who got a little mannerism when she talk, if you got an issue with how my body is, I'm just not for you. But it doesn't change the fact that it can still make me feel some kind of way. And so I was just thinking about this while you were talking, and I think the 2 words that I would use to just describe how it makes me feel, I would say disappointed, like really disappointed in our community. Because unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, that's not fair to say, but those people are still part of our community, and they need to realize that. Because baby, the outside world looks at you as just like another faggot and punk and sissy on the street. To the outside world, you ain't nothing but another gay bitch walking around. Most of the ones we're talking about, not all of them, don't even like to be called gay though. But you walking around, you just a faggot just like the rest of us to these people. They don't care if we're white, black, fat, trans. Baby, you a faggot. You a faggy. And first of all, they need to realize that. But I'll say disappointed. And then I would also say just invalidated. Because for the longest time, it really made me feel like, is something wrong with me? Am I unlovable? Am I that undesirable? Am I that undesirable? You know what I mean? And so now I realize that that's a flaw on their part. It took a long time to get to that point, though. It's hard to see someone who feels that way, and then for you to just quote unquote be the bigger person and say, "Oh, well, they're the problem," you know. And I mean, it's just a huge letdown because again, we've said it over and over, but we're supposed to be the community who embraces, and that's just running rampant, and I don't like it. Now, we've talked about what these words mean to us to set definitionally, and we've talked about relevance to both you and I. I want to go into what are the consequences of not stopping this way of thinking and this mentality. BB, what are some things that you can think of that if we don't put a stop to this, we're not even don't put a stop because it's still happening right now. So, but what do you think are like, because for example, for someone who's listening who may have that on their profile, no fats, no femmes, no trans, no Asians, whatever else it was, I forget all the things I said, no blacks. I don't know if I said that just now. Which first of all, can we go ahead and saying like calling black people the blacks is already, I'm saying that because that's how they say it in their profile. But like just saying that in general is just like feels icky to me, right? That alone just feels icky. But can you just talk to me about I'm sorry, let me backtrack. What I was saying was anyone listening who has that on their profiles, or maybe you don't, but you don't see anything wrong with it. This has real consequences on people. Can you talk to me about what consequences do you think having this mentality, like what consequences come from that?
Consequences on like the affected or
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a few things that come to mind is that it definitely has a huge effect on mental health. Increase of like suicides, increase of like mental institutions, like just a huge effect on mental health. Lack of unity in the community. Just overall, just icky feeling like you're not good enough. So decreased self-confidence, not enough unity in the community. We're supposed to be full of love, and it's basically hatred and just self-doubt, lack of self-confidence. So you have the affected is truly affected because it's just lack of unity, like I mentioned. And mental health, let's talk about it. Mental health, like decline mental health, suicide, because you never know what that person is going through. All they want to do is be loved and accepted. And basically the people in the community are doing it when it's supposed to be, it's wrong in whoever does it, but coming from your own community, that's truly disappointing, honestly.
Very, very disappointing. And I don't think a lot of people realize the effect it has on mental health for some people. Because again, when you say the only people that are worthy of me are white, straight acting men, you're implying that there is something wrong with everyone else who doesn't fit that. And it's like, I can only imagine what it's like to be a black person in this country, to be a trans woman in this country. God forbid, it's not how it sounds, but God forbid you're a trans woman of color in this country. Because, baby, unfortunately, society has put them at the very bottom. At the very bottom. Now, I cannot fathom in my brain, in my sissy ass brain, BB, I cannot fathom what it's like to go through life as a trans woman of color and society shitting on you left and right. And then and let's not even imagine it's a trans woman of color who is plus size. Society just shitting on you left and right. Your people have probably disowned you. A lot of times these people get kicked out of their households. They struggle to get loans at banks. They struggle to be approved for apartments. They struggle to be hired at jobs. And they have just become essentially the laughingstock by society. And then you walk toward a community who runs around with their arms open. Please come. We'll take you in. We'll love you. And then, bitch, you get there and they got signs up that say no fats, no femmes, no blacks, no Asians, no. So where the fuck are they supposed to go at that point? Now, again, I'm going to say, I don't want nobody who don't want me, but that doesn't change the fact that it can still have an impact on me.
It still hurts.
Of course, because you're saying that something about you is just not worth being loved. Something about, I know people who won't even be friends with people in that list of items that we keep saying over and over. I know people who refuse to even be friends with fat people. Well, if you ain't fucking them, bitch, that might end up being your best friend on planet Earth, and you don't. What, you're embarrassed to be out in public with them because they bigger than you or something? Like, if you ain't fucking them, why you care if they fat? And I'm just so sick of people hiding behind, well, that's just what I like. Well, who they think they are? You know that interview with Megan? I like what I like.
Mm-hmm.
You'll fuck me? I like what I like. But I'm
Megan.
so sick and tired of people. As I said in the beginning, they just dress up their prejudice in a cute little outfit and call it style. Baby, that's not cute. Because I'm going to rip the clothes off and slap you in your damn face, quite frankly. It's so disrespectful. And guess what? They disrespectful to us, baby. You got the wrong two punks and sissies, because this is disrespectfully the girls. Period. We are not going to be respectful toward you. We gonna eat you up in a few minutes.
Yes.
It just doesn't make sense to me. And then do they not feel like bullies? Like you just walking around, like I just don't.
They love the rainbow. They represent the rainbow, but it's only one color.
Mm-hmm.
One color.
One. And you know what? It's funny too. Not funny, but I saw a quote recently that really struck me here in my heart. It said, you cannot celebrate pride in public and celebrate segregation in private. Let me say that again for the people in the back. You cannot celebrate pride in public, but celebrate segregation in private. Ooh. Oh my God, I'm finna start speaking in tongues. Because people really, I'm so sick of it. Like, I feel like I'm going to keep talking in circles, and that's okay, because y'all need to hear this over and over and over again. And if you ain't the one who needs to hear it, listen anyway, and then send it to the bitches that do need to hear it. Saying that, let's be clear. Okay, let's go through maybe just like a couple different comparisons of what is a true preference versus what is a prejudice. Okay, because some people might be listening and they say, I hear what you're saying. You haven't said anything I disagree with yet, but I'm still not getting it. I'm still not connecting the dots. Well, baby, me and BB, we're going to connect those dots. We will tie it up in a pretty little bow for you. BB, an example of a preference is I like my steak medium well versus well done. There's a binary there, right? Or let's just make it simple. Steak got too many options for these people. They're gonna get confused. They got about 16 ways you can cook a steak. They're gonna get too confused, girl. Let's go back and keep it way more simple than that. Let's just say we're talking about Facebook versus TikTok. I prefer TikTok over Facebook. I'm not saying that's my opinion for everybody who wants to come at me. I'm just saying I prefer TikTok over Facebook. That is a preference. I prefer this over that. I prefer my coffee with oat milk over coffee with regular milk. That is a preference. I prefer oat milk over the regular milk. A prejudice would be, and I'm going to keep it simple for the people, okay? I don't like fat people because they're disgusting. No fats. So you telling me there is something wrong with every fat person on the planet? Every single one of them? You know, like, people really need to if you, and I think this is where it's going to come down into it. If you're sitting here and you're saying, but I do like, we can't help what we're attracted to. First of all, let's be clear. Attractions are shaped by society, typically. When you think of, because you hear it all the time, the phrase, the traditional standard of beauty. You hear that phrase all the time. That phrase wouldn't exist if this issue wasn't an issue. The traditional standard of beauty. That alone tells me that what is considered beauty and what is considered attractive is shaped by society. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a traditional standard of it. So, media and all these different things obviously play into a part of what we find attractive. So if you grow up in a society where everyone's looking at the skinny girls with the big tits and they've got long blonde hair and blue eyes and makeup done up and not a pimple in sight, not a speck of hair on their body, you see that pushed everywhere. That makes you think, oh, that's what beauty is. And then you have people out here who don't fit that, and they will never think they're attractive because all they see is that one thing. And that is also, we'll do an episode on this as well. That is why representation matters. Maybe there are more than one type of people on this planet. There is more than one type of people, one type of person on this planet. And so if you're sitting here thinking, well, I can't help what I'm attracted to. I like what I like. I think you need to start digging a little bit deeper, because when you make a bold claim like that, you make a bold claim. And I think this is where you really can determine if your claim or what you're calling your preference wipes out an entire group of people. Baby, you probably have a prejudice. I like people who have charismatic energy. That's a preference. I like people who can cook really well. That's a preference. I like people who enjoy going to the gym 3 times a week. That's a preference. Because let's be real. There are fat people every day who work out all the time, and they're not working out to lose weight. They're working out so that they can have stamina. They're working out so that they can still get out and move their body with no problem. Going to the gym doesn't mean you're trying to be skinny. It has nothing to do with it. For some people, but that doesn't mean that's why you're there. So, hey, I like people who go to the gym 3 times a week. I like people who, whatever, right? Those are preferences. Saying I refuse to date anyone who is over this number weight, that is not a preference. You have just wiped out an entire group of people based on a stereotype or based on something that you're trying to apply to the whole group. That's not preference, baby. And I understand, I'm with you guys who may not, who are really struggling to get past some of these things. It can be tough because society has been putting this on you since the day you came out the coochie. You come out the coochie and society says, this is what's pretty, and either you are or you're not. And that's it. But if you are wiping out an entire group of people, baby, you have a prejudice on your hands, and we need to start realizing and looking into why that is, and we need to unpack it. What would you, how do I say, what, BB, what advice would you try to give to someone who says, well, I don't know, I just can't help it. I just don't want to date black people and fat people and all these, like, what if they say, I hear you and maybe you're right, but like, I'm still attracted to what do you say to that?
I say some self-examination. Just put yourself in the other person's shoes. Understand I like what I like. That's normal. That's standard of society. But just evaluating and just seeing it from the other person's point of view. How would you like it if someone, your flaws that you have, because no one's perfect, your flaws. What if someone does it to you? How would that make you feel? You wouldn't like that, huh? So my advice is just, what if the shoe was on the other foot? What if your flaws, because everyone has flaws, what if someone did it to you? How would that truly make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. So how about we just have a little fucking empathy for 5 seconds? You know, and I'll be honest with you, I asked you that question. I didn't even have an answer prepared for it yet. So I'm sitting here thinking while you're talking, and it makes me realize, I think what I would love to tell people or love to see from them. Now, mind you, this is for people with an open mind, because if you're closed-minded, you probably think what we're saying is bullshit anyway. But if you find yourself in this situation and you're saying, hey, I hear you, and I maybe acknowledge that this is a problem, and I can see how this is harmful, but I don't know how to fix it, right? Because again, you've been shaped since you came out the coochie, right? I think it's important to, did you just say the word exposure? Oh, girl, that's what I'm getting into. I'm weak. Y'all see, we share the same brain cell. I swear. It's one brain cell cut in half between us, and half of that brain cell is out in Missouri now. And so we fighting for our lives. But I was gonna say exposure is so important. And look, y'all gonna hear me say this all the time. I'll probably do a whole episode on that, because there are a lot of things I say that I'm like, I know I can do a full episode on it. Exposure is so important. So here's the advice I would give someone who's questioning this. If you say something like, I just don't date fat people, I want you to go on a date with a fat person and really open your mind. And now, if you're going on this date with, listen, if you're not open, don't even do it, right? Don't put this person through that. But I'm saying, you would go on a date with a fat person and you might be like, oh my God, this is my soulmate. You might be like, oh my God, this is literally my person. And you know what happens a lot of times when you find someone that you truly have that chemistry with and you truly connect with? BB, they can go from what you thought was a 5 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 real quick. Because I mean, I can't speak for everyone. I think I may have told the people before. Obviously, there has to be some sort of level of physical attraction, right? But I'm the person, I'm an aura person. I love people's energy. So you can be a 4 out of 10. Baby, if your energy is on par, now it's going to take me a few times hanging out with you to really see how you are. Baby, that can take you to a 7.
Yes.
And ain't nobody going to be able to tell me shit. Is it the Libra in us?
It is the Libra in us.
It's girl, it's got to be, because I'm just like, I just don't. I always just think about, what if that's your soulmate? Like, you could be denying yourself the biggest blessing on planet Earth. You could be denying yourself true happiness. There are so many people, BB, who have those things on their profiles, They're not even happy. You're in relationships with people that you're not happy with. But they're like, hey, she's a 9 out of 10 according to the traditional standard of beauty. She's a 10. She's a 10. You know that trend on TikTok that was like, they're a 10, but they're rude to the waiter when you go to a restaurant. Oh, immediately 2 out of 10 now. Because same thing. Physical attractiveness, sorry, you can be a 14 out of 10. Baby, if I don't like the way you treat the server at the restaurant, you're a 1 now. If I walk in public with you and you start physically just like attacking people, like making fun of people and you're like, oh my God, look at that person. Like immediate, you're a 0. I don't want to be around you. It doesn't matter that baby, I don't want to be, you are not someone I can fuck with. And I'm going to stand on that. And I would probably end it immediately. I don't think I've ever been in that situation because I feel like I can read people. And so like, I feel like I don't ever want to be, but I will say as of yet, I haven't been in a situation where someone has really done that, with me there in person. But if it did, I would be like, baby, this is over. Because I think first I would say, oh, what do you mean? Oh my God, look at that, man. I would say, well, what do you mean by that? Oh, well, you know what I mean. No, I don't. I need you to explain it. Break it down. I want to know what's funny. I want to laugh. Don't you want to laugh, baby?
I love a little kiki, ha. I love
a good laugh. Because maybe like a trans woman walks in that you think is clockable and they start laughing. I want to know what's funny. I want to laugh. Because, baby, if you making fun of her, I'm about to eat your ass up and you ain't going to want to hear what I got to say. I want to laugh. We love a good ha kiki LOL, girl. Little ha hee can't tell us nothing. I would hurt these bitches' feelings. But I'm serious. I really am coming from, I try my best. I try to play devil's advocate. T.S. Madison said that's the Libra in us too. I try my best to think, it's not entirely their fault because of society. Since you've came out the coochie, that is all you've known is this is attractive, this is worthy, this is lovable, nothing else is. But just because it isn't your fault that system was set up doesn't mean it's not your responsibility to fix it. I'll say it again. Just because it isn't your fault, you, listener, does not mean it isn't your responsibility. And I'm going to need some of the people who fit the quote unquote perfect mold to get up and start saying that too. I'm going to need some of the people, so these white, straight acting men who fit the traditional standard of beauty, I need them to get up and start saying this shit. Because if not, guess what? The cycle just goes on and on and on, because they're going to have kids and their kids are going to feel, because they're going to have kids, their kids are going to feel that way. And it just goes on and on and on. If you are listening and you have friends and your friends start saying things like this, I want you to say, why? Oh, well, you know what I mean. No. Explain it. I want to laugh. I want you guys to tell your friends this. I want to laugh. Tell me. Oh, please tell me I want to laugh. Because bitch ain't nothing funny. But what is funny is going to be the way me and BB eat your ass up if we ever hear some nonsense like that around us. Thanks. Because I'm not playing.
To me, Rachel. Show me, Rachel.
Show me to me, Rachel. Show me to me, Rachel, please.
Please. We want to know. We want to laugh. What's funny?
I want to laugh like that.
I want to be on the floor laughing.
Like you was at Mother's? We'll get past that. I don't want to Let's not tell the people too much. We'll get into that later, girl. One day they're going to see that video, girl. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep it pushing. It's no shade to my man BB, but girl, when a bitch start drinking Crown and Coke, the flow hate to see him coming.
Because of you.
I didn't put you on that flow. I just put you on the Crown and Coke.
Exactly. That led me to the floor.
Y'all, if y'all don't know me, I love a good double shot of Crown with Coke, and I'm gonna need about 3 or 4 of them, and then I'm straight. I'm good. Well, not straight, girl, but I am good. Girl, you give me some double shots of Crown and Coke. Look, the last place we went to for my boyfriend's birthday, I went to the bar. I said, "Can I get a double shot of Crown and Coke?" She said, "Do you want me to make it a tall?" And for those who don't know, that means like put it in a taller cup. I don't know why I said like that, but that means put it in a taller cup so that there's more room, and then you fill it up with Coke so that there's a lot more Coke so that the taste isn't like too strong. She said, "Do you want me to make it a tall, or you want me to just put the 2 shots on ice and just put like a little doop of Coke?" I said, "Oh yeah, baby, just do a doop." Honestly, you might be able to just open the can of Coke and put it in the same vicinity of the Crown, just so a little of the fragrance of the Coke, a little fragrance of the Coke gets on the Crown. That's all I need, girl. Just a little doop. Just a doop.
He a drinker.
98% Crown, 2% Coke.
He a drinker. Oh no.
Look, that little tiny bit of sugar in there. That little tiny bit of sugar just cuts the like kind of harshness of the Crown. Good to go. And then make sure it's cold, baby. I need a good bit of ice in there. And then it's gonna be, after I have about 2 or 3 of them, you're gonna see me on the floor with an empty cup in the air, 2-stepping to somebody's music.
Zydeco dance.
But don't play Zydeco Dance by Jackie Neal. Bitch, I'm coming out. I'm coming on the dance floor. Get out the way. We coming through. Get ready. Do not play Zydeco Dance by Jackie Neal. Baby, don't play down in the club.
And that one
brain cell,
that we shared, one in Missouri, one in Louisiana.
Look,
you got the portion that you can dance, because Lord knows.
Don't play The Way We Roll by Jackie Neal.
Mm-hmm.
And don't put on Flex by Cupid. Girl, you put on Flex. Flex your body. Girl, don't put on Flex. Because I'm getting out there. Slide to the right. Slide to the left. Right foot, left foot, let's turn. Right foot, left foot, then turn. Now flex. Back it up. Don't play with the flex, girl. We coming out. They're going to be like, what is them 2 punks doing on the dance floor? I didn't know them punks knew that, girl.
I'm weak.
Oh, we coming out. Trust. And so, no, but getting back to it, it makes me sick, if I'm being honest with you. And I saw something too that said, how do I want to say? It said, if there are things that are just our type, right? There's things that me and you like. Oh, that's my type. I like. Maybe your type could be someone with tattoos. That's a type. That's fine. But if your type just quote unquote coincidentally knocks out an entire subset of people, that's not a type. That's hatred. It's hatred. And we're dressing it up and calling it preference. And we're not dealing with it no more. And I'm going to call it out every single time I see it. Every time I'm going to call it out. Why? I don't date black people. Why? I want to know. Well, I just don't. That's not going to cut it. I just don't. That's just how I was raised. I need an answer. Expeditiously. Quickly. I need an answer. Don't think too hard. Don't go research. I need an answer quickly. Because if you think and feel this way, you must have a reason. But I ain't never had a true black friend or a true, and when I say relationship, I don't just mean romantically, but has never had a relationship with a black person in their life. They just like the black person at work, their coworkers.
What?
I'm not racist. I like the girl at work. I got friend and girl, don't get me started. Look, let me not get sidetracked. That's a whole other episode, brother. I hope you're writing down every time I say that because, bitch, at this point we got 45 episodes lined up.
Yeah, I'm mentally. I was thinking, oh, he said it again. That
right.
means we gotta give
Jesus. The people. And I'm just gonna go into a couple things that I'll say to kind of wrap this segment of the show up, and I'll say, when we say things like no femmes, that is just so deeply rooted in toxic masculinity inside the queer spaces at that. When you say no blacks and you say no Asians, that is obviously, at least to me, to a regular thinking person, a level-headed person, a racial prejudice, and it's enforced by everything you see, by the media or just people in general. No trans, God forbid. Okay, yeah, let's just dehumanize an entire group of people because you think they're not worth loving. Like, my God. Yeah, I think that's my closing remarks on it. I think if I had to wrap up in one sentence, what I want people to take away from this topic is that if you think it's a preference, ask yourself why. And what I mean by that is, so if you say, I don't date fat people, I want you to say, why don't I date fat people? Well, because of this. Okay, now dig deeper. Why? Where did you find out that information? Because 9 times out of 10, y'all have never had experiences with these people to even have formed, like to have come to this conclusion. You have never even had experiences with those people to come to this conclusion. So it means you're listening to other people, you're listening to society, you don't think it's attractive because it's not the traditional standard of beauty, the list, whatever, etc., etc., etc. I want you to ask yourself why. And the only other thing I want you to really take away is please call this behavior out. If you're in a group of friends or you're out in public and you're with someone who's look at that trans woman, what's so funny? And I want you to keep your foot on these bitches' necks. What's so funny? Now, when you do that, if they are willing to open their mind and learn and hear you out, great. If they just stand on, that's just how, you need to go find some new friends, or you're part of the problem. You need to go find a new partner, or you're part of the problem. And I'm going to stand on that. And with that, Senator, I yield. BB, any closing remarks about this topic that you want the people to take away from what we talked about?
Yeah, just one simple sentence. If your preference or your so-called preference eliminates a whole entire group of people or removes a whole type of group of people, it's properly prejudice, my baby. Simple.
That's you can tell you from the South. It's probably prejudice, my baby. It's given Miss Constance. I'm here with Miss Constance, and she is 75. And she was displaced from Hurricane Katrina. Miss Constance, do you plan on moving back to New Orleans after everything is cleaned up?
Is the elephant heavy?
Is the elephant heavy? I'm coming back, baby. I'm coming back, my baby. It's giving Southern old lady. I love it so much.
It's giving. Maybe I was like that in my previous life.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you, when I'm not even gonna say middle-aged. It's older than that. When an older Black woman looks at me and says, "Okay, baby," anything with baby, oh my God,
immediately
safe. Immediately, I feel loved. I feel warm and fuzzy on the inside, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You can't.
That's
tell
my
me
whole
nothing about
point.
it. I'm sorry.
That's my whole point.
What's your whole point?
That's why I said my baby. For you to feel safe.
Period. Y'all excuse me. The ADD keeps on kicking in, girl. No, I love that.
It's an ADD
so yeah.
crack.
Right. Girl, it might be the crack. Careful now. Not too much. That crack might be getting me snatched up, girl. Not too much
I know
now.
that's right.
If they could do it, I could do it.
I know
If
that's
they could do
right.
it, if they could do the crack, I could do the crack, right?
I know
It's
that's
cool
right.
when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
I know that's right.
Fuck them. So I swear, if people don't understand the references that we always say, they're gonna think we're insane. I know there's a lot of people who will get that reference, right? But there's a lot of people who won't. And if they're gonna think that's just our own thoughts and they're not gonna realize it's a reference. And that's just hilarious to me. Y'all, if you hear us say anything that you're like, that was kind of nuts, it's probably a reference to something. Go look it up. Go get some culture. Now, BB, that was good. That was a good, deep, you know, I know we stepped on some people's toes. I know, bitch, we talk about some of these things. We might lose some followers, and that's okay. Because we are not here. We're here to talk about the topics y'all want to hear about, but we're going to keep it real. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you're right, you're right. We're going to call a spade every single time. If y'all have anything that you want to say about it, though, if you want to challenge us, anything like that, please send an email over to disrespectfullythegworlz@gmail.com. Gworlz is spelled GWORLZ. Again, that is disrespectfullythegworlz@gmail.com. Now, that's for any topic suggestions. That's for if you want to comment on what we said, whether you agree or disagree. We want to know. We don't just want to hear from the naysayers. We want to also hear if you agree. Let us know, hey, I'm with you when you're right and y'all are right. Or if you want to be a guest on a future episode, please send us over an email. Be as detailed as you can. Let us know what's going on. We're going to be looking for guests. We want to bring on people who have experiences to add to ours so that we can really get into these topics even further. Excuse me. Now, BB, you know good and well, we have come to your favorite segment of the show, girl.
Yes.
Your favorite segment of the show. And what is that segment called?
Disrespectfully, bitch.
Disrespectfully, bitch. Because let me tell you, you are listening to your two favorite punks and sissies on planet Earth. And this podcast is called Disrespectfully the Gworlz. So this segment, everyone, just so you know, is for us to just take time out of our day, our busy schedules, and talk about something or someone who has pissed us the fuck off. And bitch, we're going to read them for filth. And I mean to motherfucking filth, ho. Ain't no shower going to take off that filth. What Nikki said, these bitches washed up and ain't no fucking soap involved.
I know that's right.
Ain't nothing going to take off the filth that we finna apply.
None.
BB, tell me what has pissed you off, and I want you to go off on that bitch as disrespectfully as you can.
So it's for a general group of people, isn't for a specific person. This time around, it goes out to the people out there that when someone is trying to like open a door for you or hand you a shopping basket, you go into the opposite door, don't say thank you, or you don't take the basket, or this, that, and the third. I feel like that is freaking rude as hell. I feel like I swear when people do that, I stand there for a good 5 minutes just to be like, motherfucker, what did you just do? Like,
just like
you saw me
like,
open like what? Lucky I don't come after you and ask you what the fuck is your problem.
Excuse me. Did you not want to go through the door that you saw me holding open?
Yeah, literally
excuse me.
Open the door.
Excuse me. Sir.
Look, jump in front of the car and not move. I dare you.
Or maybe call them. Don't even say sir. Call them they them just to piss them off. Excuse me, they them.
He turn around.
Yes, sir. You with the Bozo the Clown haircut. Excuse me, they them. So it sounds like you saying people who are just fleeing from you trying to do something kind for them.
Yeah, and it's not just me, it's other people too. I notice it. Like They are open doors or whatever, not say thank you, not acknowledge them or nothing. You're just a rude piece of shit at this point.
Damn. Now, brother, I want you to channel every time you've ever been in that situation. Every time you have seen someone block the smallest blessing that somebody was trying to bestow upon them, whether it be stopping the car to letting the pedestrian cross the crosswalk, whether it be you opening a door for a raggedy bitch that could have got the door themselves, but you was trying to help them. Anything. But I want you to channel every experience you've had or anytime you've seen it with someone else out in public. And I want you to read them bitches for filth.
You Bob the Builder, built ass hoe. You Krusty the Clown, face ass. You Squidward looking bitch. You just mad because your wife look like Miss Puff. You just mad because half of the vegetables in the store is bigger than your husband's dick. So when you see somebody open the fucking door, you tell them thank you or you acknowledge them. That's all I'm saying. And I mean that disrespectfully, bitch.
I know you meant that disrespectfully, brother.
Ooh, I'm heated.
Not the Bob the Builder Squidward looking ass motherfucker, bitch. I know you are heated.
I'm heated.
Because what you gonna run up and smack the back of their head next time?
If you hear about it next week.
If y'all see a mugshot of BB, y'all don't worry about it. I'm gonna go bail him out, girl. But just know that a motherfucker had it coming. You just know that they had it coming.
That's right.
BB, let me tell you what I'm pissed off about.
What you pissed off about?
To be honest, it's just about the topic. Okay, because we've been talking about it. I've been thinking about this topic the last couple days. This preference versus prejudice. It pisses me off. Okay. Now, I am a person. There are a lot of things that, well, let me rephrase. There are a lot of privileges that I have access to. And I said, it's, you know how I said it, the white straight acting men who fit the traditional standard of beauty need to speak the fuck up and say something. I'ma speak up. Now, I am white, so I definitely have that privilege. And I'm about to use it. And I'm about to use that privilege to fuck these bitches up. Because let me tell you something. You worried. You are so offended by the existence of someone who is not white, of someone who is not fit, of someone who does not fit the traditional standard of beauty. You need to be worried about the shit that's layered up in between your fucking booty cheeks because you think it's gay to scrub your ass in the shower. You need to be worried about the fact that you got a wife that you think is a 10 out of 10 on an attractive scale, but the bitch don't even like you and you don't even like her. Y'all don't even fuck on the regular because y'all hate each other. Y'all make each other sick. You need to be worried about the fact that your kids are going to grow up just like you and be hateful and go into the world. And then someone like my kid is going to come along and punch them dead in they fucking shit because my kids will not accept it. You need to be worried about the fact that one day the world is going to change and we will no longer, you will not be accepted. You need to realize that just because society has pushed on everyone that you are what is accepted, if you are limiting what is accepted to straight acting white men who fit the traditional standard of beauty, you are the minority. Ooh, they don't like that one. You're the minority. And guess what? The majority is about to march our ass over there and knock the fuck out of you, and I'm sick of it.
I
We
know
will
that's
call
right.
it out every time. We will throw you under the bus. We will call you out publicly. We will keep our foot on your fucking necks. You raggedy, stinky booty ass bitch. And I meant that disrespectfully, bitch.
I know that's right.
Girl, every time we do this segment, we get heated.
Yeah, heated, heated.
See,
Just want
this
to
is why
knock everything over.
this is why, y'all, we have to start with positivity every episode with the Ayo Miley was good. Because,
Mhm.
bitch, let me tell you, when we get into these segments, by the time we get to let's talk about it, that's usually not a fun topic. It may be sometimes, depending on what's going on, but we got a lot of things to talk about. So by the time we get to let's talk about it, that's tough. By the time we get to disrespectfully, bitch, I'm heated. I'm ready to knock a bitch out. I'm ready to knock a bitch out.
I'm ready to knock a bitch lace front
Oh,
loose.
girl, I need a joint. Shit.
I need that double shot of Crown and Coke at this point.
I mean, a double shot of Crown and Coke and give me about 3-4 of them. And put on some Jackie Neal so I can go two-step. I want to hear some Jackie Neal. I want to hear some Mel Waiters.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear some Chris Ardwin.
S.
See, they don't even know. They say, oh, what he just said, that sounds like a funny word. Chris Ardwin, you better ask somebody. Let's do some grown folk business. Funny, because we both started singing the same song. That wasn't planned. Let's do some grown folk business. You better ask somebody about Chris Ardwin. Look him up. Just like Chris Ardwin, everybody, we are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We are on Apple Podcasts. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We need your help. Now, listen, if you've listened to the episode this far, we are so grateful that you listened, that you stuck around, whether you agreed or didn't agree. We are glad that you are here giving us a chance and listening to what the girls have to say, even though we ain't being respectful towards you. Because, bitch, we're coming disrespectful, as the show is called Disrespectfully the Girls. But we really are. On a serious note, we are so glad that every single one of you have come, stuck around, listened, liked, commented, posted, reshared, all those things. But guess what? Guys, we are trying to reach a bigger audience, and we cannot, you're not listening to me, we cannot do it without your help. We got something to say, just like Michaela J said, girl, in her song. Go look her up. We got something to say, and we are trying to scream it from the rooftops and tell the world. But to do that, we need your help. And you may be thinking, you need my help. I don't got no money. You don't have to have money, baby. We just want you to tell people. We want you to tell your friends. We want you to go like everything. Look, well, I'm already following you on TikTok. Don't you have Facebook? If you do, follow us there as well. I already liked you on TikTok. Go on YouTube. Follow us there. I don't have a YouTube. Bitch, create an account. Matter of fact, go create 10 fake accounts just so you can help us out. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But no, seriously, any social platform you're on, if you see us, or even if you don't, go look us up, like, follow, share, comment, repost. I'm trying to think of all the other words. Give a 5-star rating. If you're listening on Spotify right now, you can comment. You can give a rating. Apple Podcast, all the things, and share it. And as BB said, tell your friends. Yes. Even if you think they won't agree with us, because we want to hear, we want people, actually, to be honest with you, the people who don't agree with us, they're the ones who really need to hear this. So share it with them anyway. If you got someone in your life that you think they have a lot of these prejudices, but they're dressing it up real cute and calling it preference and saying that's my type, send them this episode. It was made for them. Maybe you can't find the right words to explain what you're saying. Send them this episode. Hit the 3 little dots on whatever platform you're listening to. Hit that share and send it to them. Copy the link. Send it to them. Get the word out, guys. We got something to say, and we cannot do it without you. BB, Episode 4 is in the books, girl.
Yes, episode
In
4.
The books. I am so excited to just continue this.
Too.
I really, really am. And I'm just excited to see what's in store. They don't know what's coming up. See, that's the thing. They see the little clips from our lives on TikTok. Maybe you've joined the lives. Maybe you've seen BB acting a fool on TikTok live recently. Whatever the case may be. And they say, oh, this is, whatever they're doing, it's kind of cute. Y'all don't know what we got coming up. We can't tell you everything, girl. We got some special guests coming your way. We do. I'm telling you, we do. We have topics that's going to gag some of you bitches. We are keeping our foots on these bitches' necks. You know what? Fuck it. It's not all 2025 and 2026. It's till the end of time at this point, bitch.
Yes.
As long as the girls push through, ho. Push through.
We're going 120.
115, bitch, on the interstate in Baton Rouge, bitch. No blinker, no nothing. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep. Bitch, you ever drove in New Orleans and a bitch honk at you because you had a red light and you not going? Bitch, the light is red. It was red before I got here. Why you honking at me? Beep, beep. That's how we coming through. We pushing a motherfucker through the red light. I don't care if the light's red. Society done made the light red and we are going to turn it green, ain't we?
Yep.
And if it's got to be by force, bitch, then that's just what it is.
Yep. Move out the way.
Everybody. Wait, what?
They better move out the way.
Move out the way. Move, bitch. Get out the way. Girl, I remember hearing that song for the first time. It just brings back. I think I was in 4th grade first time I heard, maybe younger, 3rd, 2nd grade, on the playground at Kelly Elementary School. You may be thinking, where's Kelly, Louisiana? That exactly. It's that small, bitch. So anyway, I just want to say once again, we love y'all. We thank you so much for hanging out with us till the end. And we can't wait to see y'all next week. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Disrespectfully the Gworlz. If you've listened all the way through until this point, baby, we feel the love. Again, as we've said before, and we've said, in every single video, and you'll keep hearing us say it over and over again. Guys, we are trying to build our audience, and we cannot do it without you. Keep liking, keep following, keep sharing, keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep reposting, keep giving the 5-star reviews, and keep telling everyone you know about Disrespectfully the Gworlz. Again, we have felt the love from all of you guys. I promise you we see it. I promise you we feel it. And I promise you it does not go unnoticed. Thank you again for sticking around. We cannot wait to see you guys for episode 5. And remember, sometimes, bitch, you just gotta be disrespectful.